what would you recommend to organizations in terms of how to get the most, from their stars while also maybe mitigating some of these risks that you've been talking about?
So I think the simple answer is balance. Of course, it's not that simple. So I think the most important but the trickiest thing for organizations is to yes, invest in supporting the star's work. As I said before, that's a good investment, right? You hired the star, you developed the star because they have these proven performance records, but not doing that at the expense of your other employees and the organization's other capabilities. You don't want to be in the situation where you've essentially hollowed out the rest of the organization just to support the star. That's when you become really vulnerable to a star's undue influence, or if the star leaves, things falling apart. So in terms of specific tips, I would say while investing in the star's work, in the star's projects, continuing to invest in other employees, right? And this actually does two things. So first, it makes the organization less dependent on the star today. Right, so we've got other employees who are capable, who are competent, and so we're not all just going to bow to whatever the star wants. The second thing that it does is, if and when the star does leave, it makes the organization more resilient. The star didn't take everything with them because the organization has continued to maintain investment in other capabilities and in other talent. So it creates an internal talent pipeline that makes the organization better able to bounce back. It's still going to hurt when a star leaves, but they can bounce back a little bit easier. Another thing that I would say is, this is more in terms of managing the star themselves, creating structures and reward systems that align with knowledge sharing and positive teamwork. So this might seem intuitive, but sometimes it's easy to think, well, we just need to sort of let the star do what the star wants to do because, they know how to perform well. But if from the beginning we can set an expectation that sharing knowledge, that helping others to perform is part of the job, then it's more likely that stars will feel that those behaviors are not taking away from their job. This is part of the expectation of me being a good member of this organization. So it's creating that structure in advance and maybe tying incentives to knowledge sharing, to mentoring, to whatever kind of role modeling behaviors we're looking for at the outset to sort of set that structure for the star. And finally, this is to kind of balance these other points. I'm kind of making stars seem like, be careful, stars have a dark side, they're bad. Stars aren't islands, so they do need support. So none of this is to say, don't invest resources in stars. And none of it's to say, don't invest more resources in stars than you're investing in the average employee, right? These are good returns on investment. So it's recognizing that it really is all about balance.
Mm-hmm.